Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and then reinstall Windows from a bootable USB pen drive. So we will completely learn how we can eliminate the current system and reinstall a new one. Now for this you will need a pen drive that is at least 8 gigabytes or higher in storage. So if you don't have a pen drive or a USB drive, this process might be quite difficult and you cannot go ahead and then clean install Windows. Now first of all, let me just go ahead and then insert this onto my computer. Now I have successfully went ahead and then plugged that in onto my computer. Now we want to simply open our browser and search for Windows 11 download, and we will find the first link from Microsoft that says download Windows 11. We will just make sure to select that. When we have done that, you can see various options. We want to focus on the second option called create Windows 11 installation media. So once you select that, you can just select this option called download now. Once you select the option called download now, you can see the download has started, which is a media creation tool.exe. So it is going to be an exe file. All we have to do now is just simply double click or run this exe file. So now the exe file is opening up, which is a Windows 11 bootable USB tool that will help us set up Windows 11 onto our pen drive. So first we will just accept the terms and conditions by clicking on accept. It's getting a few things here and there ready, so we'll wait until this process is complete as well. Here we will simply choose the language and edition and the recommended options for the PC and just click on next. Here, if you want to install Windows 11 on another partition, you need to create and then run the media to install it. But I will select the USB flash drive option. It needs to be at least 8 gigabytes as I told you earlier. And now just click on the next option again. So once you select that particular drive, just click on the next option. It is going to get a few things ready and you have to wait until this process is complete. So first it will go and begin downloading all the necessary Windows 11 files. This will take quite a while, so let me come back after the download is complete. So now, as you can see that our flash drive is successfully ready. By the way, if you are not able to boot into your PC, you might need a secondary PC to do this process. Now our flash drive is ready. We will leave it inserted on our particular PC and we will simply restart or shut down our PC. But while turning it on, based on the laptop brand that you are using, you will need to press one of the boot keys. So on Dell laptop, the most common key is the F12 key. So I'll just go ahead and then do that while I just shut down my PC first of all, and then I'll restart it using that particular key. So now I've successfully shut it down, but I'm going to press the power key, and before it shows up anything, I'm going to keep on pressing or repeatedly holding the F12 key because that is the boot menu. And now you can see I've successfully booted into my particular boot menu. So once I'm here, this is the interface you will see. Over here under UEFI boot, you will see a list of your drives. So by default is the hard drive. The other one will be the disk that you created a USB flash drive earlier. So you have to simply select that disk depending upon the laptop brand you're using and simply enter it. And it will take you to this page where you can simply follow the next primary steps in this case. So let's wait until this process is complete as well. So as you can see, now it has successfully taken us to our steps on installing it. So now once we are here under the setup tab, make sure to choose your language, time and the currency format and just hit the next option. Select keyboard input method and click on next. So what you can do is I would like to install Windows 11. Select that and agree that everything will be deleted including files, apps and settings, and just click the next option. It is going to get a few things ready, so be patient on this particular step as well. So here we'll again agree to the terms and conditions by scrolling down and clicking on accept button. And on this page we will select a disk where we want to install our particular Windows, but we have not emptied out the previous Windows yet. So what we will do is we will format these partitions. So our previous partitions were this and this, they were not currently formatted, so I will select that. And I'll simply select format partition over here. So you can select that and click on delete partition or format partition option. So I will also empty out the previous partition by selecting that and clicking on delete partition. Now it will turn into unallocated space, now which I can create a partition with. So I'll select that and I'll click on the apply button. That will be my first partition, which will be primary partition. The second will be used as a secondary partition, which I'll click on again, create partition. By the way, it's not really mandatory if you've already formatted your partitions before, but I will select this as the primary C drive partition where I want to install the Windows. Once I select that, I'll just click the next option. Here, make sure to select keep nothing because I've selected keep nothing, and I'll click on install. When I've done that, our PC will restart several times and this process will take a while, so we will also be patient on this particular step. Also bear in mind, you must make sure your laptop or your PC is plugged in and has enough charge, because if anything goes wrong during this process, your device could be lost permanently. So after your PC has been restarted several times, it will keep on installing and it is going to come to this particular tab, and now you can see we are finally booting up our Windows, but there are still a couple of things that we can do. So right here, first of all, select if this is the correct right country or region. So I'll go ahead and then change this country in this case. Now when I've done that, on the next tab, what I have to do is I can simply choose the right keyboard layout, make sure to select a proper layout and just click on the yes option again. If you wish to add a secondary layout, you can go ahead and then do that as well, but for now I'll simply skip this particular process. On the next page, we have to connect to a Wi-Fi network, so let me go ahead and then connect to my Wi-Fi network as well. Once I've entered the password, I'll just click on the next option. Then I'll click on the next option again. It will check if there is any sort of updates available, but since we actually just downloaded the recent version of Windows, it might already be updated to the latest version, but still we will wait and see regardless. So now we will finally be on the setup page where we can name our device. Once we've entered the name, I can click on next, but of course you can choose to skip all of these processes as well. Now finally, after all of that, it is going to ask us to sign into our Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account, you can create one, but we cannot just skip this step without a Microsoft account. So it is very important that you create or basically sign into your Microsoft account right here. Now after we've also signed into our Microsoft account, finally the next step will be to create a PIN for our PC. So use a PIN that will be used each time you use your computer over here, and reconfirm the PIN again. Once you've done that, just click on the OK button from the very bottom of the screen. And by the way, all of this is actually pretty self-explanatory. I'm just showing it for some users who might be confused on even doing this step. But if you're confident, you can already skip the video. But for those of you who don't know, you can simply go ahead and then turn all of these features off right here. I'll just go ahead and turn these features off. And what I'll do is now I'll click the accept button. Now finally, we can simply experience restoring our previous backups as well. But what I will do is I don't really need these backups because I've backed up everything of those myself. So what I'll do is I'll just select set up as a new PC. But if you really need it, you can go ahead and restore from your backup. But for now, what I'll do is I'll just set it up as a new PC and click on set up as a new PC again because I'm confident in this case. And now after you've done that, finally it will set up some of these details over here. Let's just wait in this process as well, and it will get things ready for us, which is going to take a couple of another minutes. So here it's going to ask us to customize, but I'll also skip this process as well. If you're getting this pop-up to subscribe to Microsoft 365 Personal, you don't really need it because later it's going to charge you money. I'll simply select decline this particular offer and I'll click on decline again. And now what I can do is I can set up my email for Outlook on Windows, but I can just cross that as well and I'll just click the next option. And now you can see our Windows 11 has been successfully set up. And now if we go to our previous drives, you can see we successfully formatted all the previous drives and we created new partitions. And this Windows is completely fresh and completely new, and it will not have any issues that you were facing in your previous version unless you had any sort of hardware issue. And now it is also safe for you to remove your USB drive by just clicking the eject option. And this was it for today's video on how you can set up Windows or a bootable Windows from a bootable USB. Even if you weren't able to boot onto your computer, you could install your Windows onto another computer and flash it onto USB and boot it from the boot menu. And I hope the video helped you out. This is a new channel, so your support would really mean a lot in encouraging me to make more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you faced any errors, leave them down in the comments below, and see you in the next video.